Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you give us your thumbs up, give us your like, and please share. They asked a minister how much is the coastal road, and then you are dancing around. Who said this? Makinde. The Sun reported on Friday, October 10, 2025, that Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has publicly chastised Works Minister Dave Umahi after the minister's recent verbal spat with a television host sparked a public debate earlier in the week. Concerns about governance or government accountability and transparency in major infrastructure projects have been brought to light by the dispute, which focused on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Speaking at a gathering on Friday, Makinde voiced his displeasure with the minister's approach to the project's cost inquiry. The governor emphasized that public officials must be direct when answering inquiries involving taxpayers' funds, pointing out that the journalist was correct to request clarification regarding the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway's overall cost. Makinde claims that because Umahi's statement lacked a clear explanation, Nigerians are left more perplexed than educated. According to him, it is critical that leaders explain national project details in a way that the general public can comprehend. Makinde pointed out that since these kinds of initiatives entail billions of naira in public cash, they should be managed completely transparently. He said that when citizens demand information about how much a major highway project will cost, the government has an obligation to provide accurate figures rather than complicated explanations. The governor went on to say that open communication fosters trust between the public and the administration. He also emphasized the need for authorities to refrain from firing reporters who are carrying out their jobs by raising important issues. He believes that media is essential to bolstering democracy and that public authorities need to welcome these kinds of questions as chances to explain government activities. Makinde clarified that challenging public initiatives is a way to make sure that public resources are managed effectively rather than an attack on the government. Well said by the governor of Oyo State. I think there is need for our leaders, especially those who are at the ends of affairs, to be ready even to be scrutinized. That's just the reality. If you come to the media, you should expect that questions will be asked. Sometimes the question might be inciting, sometimes the question might not be. But be it as it may, your job as a public office holder is to be patient enough even to answer the question. Even if you begin to smell something mischievous about the question, there are better ways also to attack the question in a civil manner. But in a situation whereby it looks like as if you are evading the question, you are going around it, the other party will also be suspicious, and eventually it may spell doom. Of course, as far as popularity or PR of the government is concerned. In the situation between Rufai Oseni and the Minister of Works at former Governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Dave Umahi, I think to a large extent, those who are coming from the antecedents of the report will have a better understanding rather than, for those who watch what, interpret that particular day. Of course, the journalist has every right to ask questions, whether they are hard questions or simple questions, be it as it may. I think the leadership should be ready even to do what to field in answers where it should be. Of course, Nigeria want also be truthful and be respectful to them. If adventure the minister doesn't have the information at hand, he can also say that, look, as at present, I don't have the information, and when as time goes on, I will present it. Or better still, why not ask the journalist to involve himself in his real work of investigative journalism and go to the website of the Ministry of Works and look at the job. And then by reason of getting the total amount of the project, the so-called journalist can decide to divide the work by whatever question is asking. If he wants to know the cost per kilometer, which the engineer said is wrong, is average cost per kilometer, whatever he may want to know, he can do his figure by himself. If he realizes that the people is asking question for refuse to answer. But if you also check the matter, the so-called minister had been on this particular station on this same issue before now, and he ran the figures even for the interviewer. Though at the end of the day, the interviewer keep asking for cost per kilometer, and he pointedly told him that he cannot tell him that particular cost per kilometer thing because of the fact that it's on the same road. For 1 kilometer here, the particular amount may be different from for another kilometer because of the terrain, the topography of the land, and also what will need to be put on the same road. For example, there's bound to be rail on that same particular route. There's going to be street light on that particular route. There's going to be some concrete pavements and all other things on the particular route, and so many other things that we are going to put in there, step backs, and also compensation and is yet to be paid even to those whose land has been taken, whose property has been pulled down. And these are some of the things that comes together. If you measure all those things together and give a particular figure that this is the number of amount that we're going to spend per kilometer, of course it's going to be outrageous and Nigerians will shout. And as a result of that, it's a very difficult task really to bring up as a result of the situation of the job going on. But be it as it may, Governor Seyi Makinde pinpointed some things that is very germane, that when there are questions like this, it is an opportunity even for the people in power or those who are holding public office to explain what is happening with the taxpayers' money, to be able to also intimate the people, the public, with what the government is doing, so that they will know that the government is really, really, working, for the progress of the people. Very, very important. He said that it's critical that leaders explain national project details in a way that the general public can comprehend. And the onus lies on the ministers all over the country to make sure that they should be ready to seize the opportunity at every point in time to give necessary explanation whenever the question is being thrown at them. Whenever they feel deem fit, they should be able to do so. And if they feel that they don't want to go before any journalist, they can embark on routine town meetings every quarter and tell Nigerians what they are doing. And to a large extent, they will save them the problem of having heated exchange in the studios of television stations. Keep liking our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you share. Give us your thumbs up. Thank you.